Peter.
Good to see you again.
How are you?
I'm all right, you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
It's 2022.
It is.
At the start of 2022.
It is, certainly is.
It was another good year, wasn't it, last year?
It was a good year.
How was it for you?
Yeah, it was very good. We've been working a long time to get to the level we are and to learn the trade, I guess. And it's coming to fruition for us as a business, to be honest.
Yeah, it feels that way, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
We've upped the game, staff-wise as well.
Yeah. Got more people. Some people we don't know.
We've gone from 6, 7 staff to 11
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah. Almost doubled, really.
Yeah.
Obviously, 16.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was very good at maths at school.
Don't ask him for a price.
Don't do anything silly like that. So, it's grown. And I think COVID, weirdly, has almost been our friend through all of this. All the various lockdowns and everything else has been the motorhome dealers' sort of trump card, really, hasn't it? I mean, how do you feel that 2021, and I have to put the date registration, because if anyone's listening on a podcast version of date, then, so how do you feel that 2021 was as a trade? How do you feel that was there any patterns, any trends, anything progressing through there?
Yeah, so 2021, so it was the first of a very big year. Obviously 2020, after we came out of lockdown, you could see very quickly, even in lockdown, that it was just going to go boom. Yeah. Because you couldn't go anywhere. No. 2021 was a big year of selling. I still don't think the dealers really appreciated what was happening for the next few years. They were still a bit nervous, so were the manufacturers as well. Yeah. And yeah, I think that's about where we're at. Yeah. And this year is going to be a bigger test than last year. Yeah, I mean, there was a couple of big trends that I saw through last year. Yeah. One of them is left-hand drive marketers bombed. Yeah. I mean, you could talk more about that on. It's as simple as that, really. I mean, if you can't really go abroad and they're making it difficult to go abroad, nobody's going to go abroad. There's not really much to it after that. Cool story. That's it. And obviously the left-hand drive vehicles were all built to be going abroad, and that's not necessarily COVID's fault, is it? That's more of the Brexit rules and the Brexit changes to the way that we can go in and out of the EU. That's brought that on. The large vehicles, they seem to be struggling a bit. So the over the 3.5 tons. Yeah. Which naturally brings in the over 4.5 tons as well. That's like me and you after Christmas. Over 4.5 tons. We both got the uprated chassis after Christmas. Hey, did I tell you? I got one of those Uni pizza ovens. For the big shout out to Uni. You can sponsor us if you want on the podcast. Got one of those Uni pizza. I blew myself up. I thought I smelt burning skin. It's true. I thought the gas wasn't on, and I lifted the lid, and it must have created a spark, and blew myself up. I've got little tufts of hair here that just... Yeah, you have as well. That was a couple of weeks ago. You never look at... Basically, you turn the gas on, and it never quite ignited straight away. No. So what you don't do is you don't put your head in it, if you're clever. I put my head in it. Yeah, and it just went boom. You're quite lucky, really. Very lucky I kept my eyesight. I came up like someone out of Home Alone with smoke coming all off my head. It was quite a Boxing Day. But yeah, that's the reason why. So I want to remember when you're also pulling the gas through in your motorhomes. Yeah, make sure your gas is off at all stages. But yeah, so the over 3.5 ton market did suffer, I felt, quite a lot, last year. And that's more the buyers coming into the market and them not having the right classifications on the driving licence, or they're buying them and then realising they're not having the right classifications on the driving licence, so having to move it on quite quickly. I mean, for anybody who doesn't know, if you didn't pass your test before 1st of January 97, you are limited to a 3.5 tonne licence. So anything that's slightly getting heavy, tag axles, this, that and the other, you've just got to take a C1 test to be able to do it. Yeah. And we're just putting Liam through that at the moment. How much does it cost for the C1? Heading towards £1,000. Which way you've just spent 40 odd grand on a motorhome that you now can't drive. Yeah.
and you don't know if you're going to like. The only way to do it really is to try a 3.5 ton and then go up. I mean, the good thing is the motorhomes are getting a bit better with the weights. So
they're getting more clever with their designs, aren't they?
Yeah, so a 3.5 ton motorhome is, some of them are getting towards 700 kilograms of payload now, which isn't bad at all.
Yeah, well, it's like putting me and you in there. Yeah. We had some crackers last year.
Yep.
We had some fantastic motorhomes.
Yeah.
What was your top 3?
Motorhomes?
Motorhomes, yeah.
Okay,
Not
so...
customers, we're not allowed to talk about the customers.
There was 2 or 3. There was, we had the first Burstner Lizio Harmony on the silver cab.
Yeah, that was lovely.
And that was a 744, and it had EMP self-leveling as well, which looked really good. And I thought that was just finished so well inside.
Yeah, yeah. So
that's definitely one. Another one was a Rapido 8096 DF, which is an island bed. We had an 8094 and an 8096.
Oh, quite quick succession, weren't they?
Yeah. And the leather and finish and everything is far best, the best motorhome we had last year. And we had some lovely elegances and all sorts. Just really, really nice soft leather. Just really well finished inside.
It was lovely, wasn't it? You could tell why it was the money it was.
Yeah. Stunning. Really nice. And then a third. There's a lot to choose from here.
I know, yeah. We bought a lot of motorhomes last year.
Yeah, we bought several hundred.
Yeah.
So
probably the biggest buyers of motorhomes in the UK. I don't know that for a fact.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm fairly certain we're going to be up there.
I mean, it's the end of January now. We've bought towards 50 in what's a slow month.
Yeah.
So we got to be. As for a third, there's a few. I mean, we had a nice Niesman and Bischoff Arto.
Yeah.
I'm even going to go down to something like the Danbury Heritage that we had.
Oh, she was beautiful.
Just because of the way that the cabinets were finished inside. They weren't just flat cabinets, they was rounded and all sorts. I thought they were done really well.
Was exceptional.
Yeah, but it was a half blue and white.
Yeah.
It just looked really, really nice.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a standard camper van, it was just thought of in a high quality, which is why they're 70 odd grand new now.
Which is cheap for a camper van nowadays.
Yeah.
That's another podcast that we're going to do in the near future.
Yeah.
That was a nice Danbury. I particularly like that leisure drive. The orange
Extreme.
piece, the extreme, yeah.
Extreme,
yeah. Yeah, people didn't like that video. But I quite like my leisure drive extreme. The Grand Calais.
Yeah, that was nice. It was nice. It was the same blue and white, half and half. Very nice spec. I think it was 90 odd grand if you were to list it new.
Yeah. I like the fact it wasn't the beluga whale style one. So but I am still interested to see that, to be honest.
Yeah, so there's a 680 and a 600. 600's got, there's a smaller one that's 6 metres or 6.8, and the smaller one's got like an over cab beluga sort of thing on top. Yes. Bit like the Elephant Man.
Yeah. Are we allowed to say that? Yeah. There's a film about him. My third was that, remember that Diddy Little Frankia?
Yes, that was nice. The F-Line I640 SD.
Yeah.
And that was nice just because really nice half dinette, but quite a big half dinette, drop down bed. And then the bathroom at the back was just huge.
For a teeny little thing.
Yeah.
The reason why I liked it the most, not just on how it looked, how it felt, how it was, it's the first time I've driven the new Fiat 9-speed.
Yes. Yeah.
And game changer. Absolute game changer, I thought. And we're seeing more and more come through, and we're starting to see the price difference now between the new 9-speed and the old 6-speed automatic.
Yep.
So you'd automatically expect a £3,000 price increase.
Yeah.
But if it's the old 6-speed, you're actually expecting £1.5 to £2,000 price increase now.
Yeah.
Because people are.
I mean, as a general rule, the new 9-speed autos are 3,850 extra.
Yeah.
3,850 extra.
And some of them, I think it's worth every penny.
I think it's worth it.
That Swift Kentucky that we had just before Christmas, that was crying out for the new 9-speed. It was just.
Yeah, it needed it on a big, heavy 5-ton chassis.
Yeah, it was a lovely motorhome. We had some giggles last year. We had some laughs. What was your best moments? What really stood out for you?
I thought of one at the start of this show when I said Peter.
Oh God. It's not to do with my wife, is it?
No. And it was just something dead simple. There was me, you, Liam, I think, and John in the office. And Pete said, how the hell do you pronounce this name? And it's Piotr.
Yeah.
And he called up the customer, and the customer said, excuse me, I'm really sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. He just turned around and said, Peter.
Fairly obvious, really. When you look at it, yeah. I like when Liam nearly broke his nose.
Yeah, that was one of my favourite moments. I think
Of all time.
So this was sort of in one of the lockdowns, and we were cleaning our own vans down, and we're in the compound, and he had the bike rack that folded down. Long story short, was cleaning, he just went smack, nearly broke his nose.
Straight on the bridge of his nose.
Yeah.
I mean, we did check it was all right before we doubled up with laughter.
I don't think, did I?
No.
If I can, I'll put that clip over the top of this. Which side? Okay.
It was just the fact that for some reason we were filming it just made it even more special, and he didn't have a clue what was about to happen. I liked when your dad picked up. How old was that motor?
I think it was 2012 Auto Sleeper Warwick,
wasn't it? Yeah.
And it done like 900 miles. Not a mark on it as you'd expect.
Now, around where we live, there's a little old army bridge that's been there since God was a lad, hasn't it? They put it up just after the war, or just sort of through the war.
And it's meant to be a temporary thing.
Yeah, and it's never been taken down, never been widened.
No.
So Neil, in his ultimate wisdom, decided to take this motorhome through. Didn't phone anyone, didn't do anything, took it straight round to paints because it was immaculate when he picked it up. Had two great big scratches on either side going through the Walton Bridge.
Yeah. And Simon, who does our body work, just rubbed his hand and said, oh, that Walton Bridge made me some money over these years.
It's only recently he admitted to it as well,
Yeah.
isn't it? And we've got so many more.
I mean, just you've got to tell them the what we call the Trigger story.
Oh God, the Trigger story. So Trigger's one of our drivers. He's a lovely fella, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's the nicest fella in the world. We call him Trigger for a reason, though. He does remind us of Trigger from Only Fools and Horses. We were on our way down to
Devon, Cornwall, wherever it was.
Bridge North, was it? No,
No, Bideford, was it?
Bideford, sorry, yes. We were on our way down to Bideford. I was head down, working on the laptop most of the way down. And honestly, boss, I was. And we pick up this motorhome, and I wasn't sleeping, no. We pick up this motorhome, and it was all right. There was a few issues with it, and we knew there was a few issues with it. The guy was a mechanic that we bought it from. That's reminded me of another great story. I'll tell you guys later on that one. The guy was a mechanic, so we thought it'll be all right. Yeah, they took it for a little bit of a test drive. No bother. Agreed the price. Off we went. I use an app, we all use an app called Waze to get us back. And Waze sort of directs you around all the sort of, snarly points.
The best way to put it is annoyingly accurate.
Yeah,
you
can't. So.
You know the Top Gear challenge where you almost try and get there before the deadline. You can't take any time off it.
No, it's always always on the money. Trigger doesn't use Waze. Trigger uses a sat nav from 1987 that he's decided is the best way for him to get home. So I said, right, Trig, I'm using Waze. It's a long way back.
It's a long ways back.
Long ways back. Follow me. Not a problem, Pete. I'll follow you. Brilliant. There's a left-hand turn. Trigger's about 2 cars behind me. I take the left-hand turn slowly, take the left-hand turn, so Trigger can see where I go, and I stop just round the corner so I can make sure that he's following me. Look at him in the rear view mirror to watch Trigger go flying straight by, straight on. So I'm like, oh man, right, okay. Try phoning him, we won't answer. He just doesn't answer. It's like, you're on your own, Trigger. Like, I can't come and find you now. You must be 2 or 3 miles down the way, wherever you've gone. Off I go. There's 2 main roads out of Devon, Cornwall, as we know. I was on the, what's the one near Exeter?
I can never remember.
but I was on that one
Yeah.
by this stage, and Trigger was somewhere else entirely in the southwest of the UK. He phones me up. All right, Pete. Hi, Trig, you all right? We've got a problem. So, we've got a problem, Trig. So one of them is, I don't know where the bloody hell you are. Well, it's broken down, hasn't it? It's like, right, where are you then, Trig? I don't know. Do you want me to get the recovery out to you, Trig? Yeah. So where are you? I don't know. What's around you? I don't know. I followed the way back that we came in, Trig. I wasn't looking at any stage on the way down there. What is it?
And this was what, an hour or two after you'd left, so it could have been anywhere.
It could have been anywhere in the southwest corner. I was about 10 miles outside of Exeter. Eventually I figured out it's probably only about 5 miles away from where we started, and I don't really know how because we'd gone 30 miles before I left him, but it was about 5 miles after. I cut back to go and pick it up. But try and call in the recovery trucks to get out to him as well so that we can get someone to start the process of either trying to start it or to drag it home. And this recovery truck keeps phoning, I can't find him. Trigger, are you sure you're not near anywhere? Nowhere near anywhere. All right, okay. Have you got 3 words on your phone? What 3 what? All right, okay, forget it. I'm just not going to get anywhere here. Eventually, after about 2 hours, I find Trigger 1.5 miles away from one of the biggest cities in Cornwall. I was like, Trig, mate. And by this time, I phoned the recovery guys and go, right, I know exactly where we are. We're here. He went, I've driven past you 5 times.
Yeah, trying to find you. You said
you
thought you was 20 miles away from where he was. Where was it? Just outside?
It was just outside. I can't remember now, but it was. And when it gets worse, because he said we can't fix it. That basically the cam belt had skipped a tooth, hadn't it? So it was.
I mean, this was like what, 8 hours after? No, this was 2-3 hours after.
2-3 hours after, yeah. No, more than that actually. Probably like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
But so it can't be done. We need to call the truck in. Call the truck in. Trigger goes, you've got kids to get home to. Off you go. Not a problem. I'm now just outside of Birmingham before I next hear from Trigger. All right, Pete. Hi, Trig, you all right? Are you on your way back then with the truck? Yeah. They come to pick it up. They've left me on the side of the road. What you think? What? So why haven't you gone with the truck, Trig? They've left me on the side of the road. Why have they left you on the side? Well, they're not bringing it back up till Wednesday. Well, no one's told me. No one's agreed this with me.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he hasn't got enough time on his taco, so he's dragging it back to the yard and bringing it back Wednesday. So how are you getting home, Trig? I'm like 40 minutes away from home by now, an hour top end. I don't know. And then I think eventually he got home about 2 in the morning. It was a 22-hour day for him, wasn't it?
Just left him on the side. I mean, it was a funny story at the time.
It was a funny story when we knew he was safe.
Yeah. Just left him on the side of the dual carriageway. Never dropped him off. They only had to go another half a mile to the services.
To the services, yeah.
That's all it was.
Yeah. But, oh, God. My other funny one was when you blew yourself up.
Oh, the RV. Oh, no.
Mechanically sound, was it?
Yeah, so he picked it up. It was an old thing. Well, it was 97, 98, something like that. And the guy was a gas engineer. Taught it at the college.
Yeah, taught it, yeah.
Yeah, really looked after it. He's one of these people who just keeps doing jobs to it just to make sure it's up to scratch and everything like that. On the way back, this is from, where was it from? Manchester way?
No. It was more Rotherham, wasn't he? That sort of way on.
No, it's Manchester way because we'd gone across the...
Oh, yes, no, it was Manchester.
We'd gone across to pick up something else, and I was near Nottingham.
You were just on the Nottingham turn-off, weren't you?
Yeah, junction 30, somewhere around there. And anyway, I told it 5 minutes before, just put the phone down to, was it you or was it Liam?
Liam, because...
said, it's lovely. It's got damp, this, that and the other, but it's mechanically sound. He's really looked after it.
2.5 minutes later.
2.5 minutes later. Shut down the A610 because it was on a blazing fire.
I mean, it was the dampest motorhome we've ever picked up, because it took 2 fire engines to put it out. So it really was. That was a bad day at the office, wasn't it?
From the space of a bit of a rumble to flames coming up the windscreen was no more than 20, 30 seconds.
Yeah. You were a lucky boy that day, actually.
Yeah, I mean, basically it was gas fed, so they had the gas conversion, just kept pumping out gas.
And it's one of the reasons why we ask a lot of the questions of is there any modifications? I mean, that diesel heater that you went out to, well, not the diesel heater.
Oh, man.
We've got a photo of this.
I'm going to put a photo over the top of this because this is incredible. This
Tell the story.
Yeah, this is one that we went out to, and this is what we see, and this is why we do have to walk away from a few. And the customer, the previous owner or the owner had wanted to go to Europe in it, and they did trips into Europe, and it was meant to be an automatic, it wasn't. It was meant to be this, that, and the other, and it wasn't, and it was a bit of a mess. But then I looked at the back, I was like, what is that? And there's a jerry can on the back. I was like, what, they put water or something in there? It was almost masking tape to the back.
It almost looked like a sort of brown water tank, didn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, asked what it was. Oh, it's a diesel tank. Literally just strapped to the back panel. I was like, what's it operating? What's it going to? Oh, diesel heater. I was like, oh, was that underneath? No, it was under the French bed. It was under the bed. They got an engine effectively running under the bed. And said, oh, it's all right, we only put it on when we go to sleep at night.
I bet they bloody slept with the CO2 that was coming into there. Wow.
Jesus.
We've seen some, yeah.
Just like, bye-bye.
Yeah. We didn't buy that.
We don't walk away from many. We don't walk away from many, but that one, it just... I mean, bearing in mind, I had an ex-copper and ex-fireman with me, and they both went...
Yeah.
I mean, the policeman actually turned around and said, I wouldn't even, within reason, I wouldn't even think to pull it over because I wouldn't think somebody's that stupid to strap diesel to the back of the truck.
Well, and it was above the exhaust pipe as well, wasn't it? So you only really had a bit of plastic separating this canister of diesel.
Yeah. Mad, and crazy, scary.
Dear. Yeah, if we can get the photo overlaid on the
I will do.
Yeah. We're in I'll start again on that sentence. We're in podcast 2.
Just press rewind.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's really good. Rewind. Showing your age. We're on podcast 2. Podcast 1 got about 1,000 views and listens. And we had a few questions. Yeah, it did. Yeah. Oh, I do the analysis. Trust me. We had a few questions that came back because obviously we talked about the show, the NEC show, and the NEC show is still going ahead. I haven't heard of anyone else pulling out of the show, so to speak. But one of the questions that did come in is if we can see it being the end of the shows, which I think we both believe it still will be. Yeah. It'll just be over a protracted time frame more than one big bang. The little gadgets, the little gizmos. What are you smiling at?
Go on, come on.
The little gadgets, the little gizmos. Yeah. How are people going to get to see them now that the show? So almost the smaller stands, and we don't mean the motorhome side of things. So the bits that.
I mean, we'll see about the NEC, but you've obviously got your smaller shows.
Because Outlander's going to 2 shows this year, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, you've still got your smaller outdoor shows and stuff like that. I think they'll still go to a certain extent. And it's whether that just becomes a bit more of an accessory show than a motorhome or caravan show. But it'll be interesting. But the show, I just want to go for a walk around just to see what it's like. You've got no Swift there. Eldis have been rumoured to have no salespeople on the stand at all. Only Eldis factory staff, effectively, because they've got nothing to sell. Yeah. Auto Sleeper have only just confirmed because they were worried until we just come out of this half lockdown that they'd be liable if there was somebody on the stand with COVID.
Yeah.
You know, if there was a salesperson on the stand that passed it on to a customer or passed it on to the rest of the staff, where does that lie financially on a...
Where's the liability?
Yeah, where's the liability? Yeah. So, and there's not going to be much to stock. I mean, it's just going to be scary. It'll be so small and quiet, so do not go there expecting anything big.
Yeah. And we'll talk about the stock in the next podcast and the issues that are arising and quite prevalent at the moment. But what are your predictions for the used motorhome market for 2022?
I think they'll be at record highs this year. I don't think we've seen anything so far, or not in 2021 anyway. Next year this year, 2022, prices will go up, and there'll be nothing around because dealers are getting cut by at least 50% on the new stock. You've also got 2 years previously where they haven't been able to build enough stock. You've got so many more people on the market. It's just all adds up, and simple as that.
Adds up.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. So 2022 is going to be an interesting and very busy year for us.
Yes.
What are you really looking forward to hopefully seeing in 2022?
I'm just looking forward to seeing how it goes. I'm looking forward to seeing some of the new models, especially the Swifts. There's a lot of new models that have gone up.
Yeah.
Monumentally. Swift Escapes that have gone up from 56 grand to 71. Which is
amazing what a couple of number changes does, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh no, they've kept the numbers the same.
Oh no, the Swifts have kept the numbers
it's
the same.
It's the Contigas and stuff like that they've changed the name of.
Yeah.
I'm just looking forward to see what the market holds.
Yeah.
I know what it's going to hold. It's going to go up and it's going to be stupid. I just hope there's not going to be too many dealers that do go under.
Do you think that's a genuine possibility?
Yeah. I mean, we've already seen Loudon's cut down from 2 branches to 1, and we haven't even had the worst of it yet.
Yeah.
There's dealers out there that I know that were meant to have 120 in stock, and they've now got 40.
Yeah.
Sorry, new motorhomes coming in. They've gone from 120 to 40. You can't run a business like that.
Yeah. And that's why they're on the phone to you.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Is there any one particular standout that you really want to see?
What do I really want to see? I think it is mainly some of the Swifts. I think just because the whole range has just changed.
Yeah.
And I just want to see where they justify the 15 grand increase.
Yeah. Whether it's just greed or whether it's actually is.
I think they've spec'd them up.
Quality,
I mean, you can see they put colours to the cab and everything like that. Previously, it was just a dealer special if you wanted an evolution. If you wanted different specs, you went to different places.
Yeah.
Lifestyles for Marquis and so on for the black cab.
Yeah. But they're doing it internally now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which also makes sense. They might as well do it from the factory rather than wait for it to get to a. It's
going to be easier because they got to only order one lot of upholstery specs, this, that, and the other.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing that there's quite a lot of different main manufacturer camper vans, and by camper vans, proper pop top camper vans coming out, like the Monza and different ones like that. So I'm looking forward to seeing a few of them on the road and seeing who they attract, because some are really quite pretty.
Yeah.
What was that one that you showed us the other day?
So you've got Swift, which is the
Monza.
The Monza, that looks quite nice. That's done a good job. I think the price range is about right for what you get.
Yeah. It's based on the Ford Transit Custom, isn't it?
And then Autosleeper have done one.
Yeah.
And Autosleeper did a camper van called the Wave a few years ago. It absolutely bombed because they got the upholstery wrong.
Everyone waved it goodbye.
Yeah. But the problem is they've done it again for me.
The upholstery is awful.
Yeah, they've done like a 70s velour.
Yeah.
And put it in a bit of a newer colour, and it just looks terrible.
Yeah. If you're trying to attract the mid-30s market,
I don't know what they're trying to.
Yeah.
Again, put a photo over the top of this. If not, have a look on the Autosleeper website. It might be a Marquis special only, I'm not sure, but what are they doing with that upholstery?
I mean, obviously it's only our opinion.
Yeah.
But it looks bloody awful.
Yeah.
It's the reality.
I mean, by all means, comment, let us know what you think. I'd love to know what you think.
And if you do have any questions, we've set up an email address, haven't we, for Motorhome Insiders?
Yes.
So we're just going to put that on the bottom of it. If you do have any questions, by all means, email it in or get in touch with either Shane or I.
It's either Shane at motorhomeinsiders.com or Pete at motorhomeinsiders.com.
It's nice and simple. Just, if you have any questions, if you've got a specific topic that you want us to cover, we've got sort of 20, 30 different topics that we're looking to cover. And the very next one is going to be what's happening with the new stock and how the next to new is going to be affected by that. Mm-hmm. And it isn't all price change, is it? Is what we're finding. But hold that thought on that. So, final words. 2021 was
good.
2022 is,
Should be better for us.
and for you guys.
And hopefully, as a motorhome side of things, when you're going out, hopefully we'll be able to get into more places, see more things in this country without lockdowns.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm looking forward to our first getaway with the family.
It'd be nice to go somewhere and not think, oh, we're going to be in lockdown and we're not going to be able to go here. We're going to have to wear masks everywhere, this, that, and the other.
Well, yeah, I'm away with the family February half term over in Wales.
Yeah.
And it's just nice to know that we could go pretty much wherever we want to without having to book ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, the kids will just be happy being on the beach, but if we need to get somewhere, then if the weather turns against us, it'd be nice to not have to think ahead all the time.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
30 minutes without any phone interruptions. We did it.
I know.
Like I say,
Quick wrap it up before
I know, yeah. If you do have any questions, email pete@motorhomeinsiders.com or shane@motorhomeinsiders.com. Thank you for your time again. We'll do this again very soon.
What we talk about next time?
Next time? I've said that.
Let's remind everybody again.
So next time we are talking about the new market and how that is going to be affected in 2022. And also how that is affecting the next new market. Thanks for watching, listening, subscribing. Thanks for getting this far. We're really excited about how this is going to go, so we look forward to speaking to you next time.
See you soon.